students. In this video, we are going to understand the deficiency of carbohydrates. Please watch till the end of the video so that we can cover all the concepts clearly. First, let us understand what is the deficiency. The deficiency is not only the lack of intake of the nutrient, but also it includes the excess of the nutrients. First, we will understand what happens if the carbohydrates are not taken sufficiently into our body. Generally, in a balanced diet, 45 to 65% of the carbohydrates should be provided into our body. The optimum range, which is 45 to 55% of the carbohydrates of the total energy intake per day, should be given into our body with the help of the food. So, if you are not taking up to the 45% of the carbohydrates, that means the intake of the carbohydrates is lesser than the 45% of your total kilocalories of energy per day. This will result in the deficiency of the carbohydrates. To prevent the type 2 diabetes and also obesity, the carbohydrate intake should be optimum and it should relate to the percentage of the balanced diet. Understand what are the short-term effects of the deficiency of carbohydrates. If the blood sugar levels are lower, it can lead to the dizziness, fatigue and irritability to our body. That means if we don't take the perfect amount of carbohydrates, it can lead to the lowering of the blood sugar levels in our body. Physically, we can feel fatigue. That means we will feel the tiredness in our body because our body contains the glycogen as a storage of carbohydrate. Whenever there is no amount of glucose in our body, this glycogen is being broken down in our body to release the glucose in our body. If we don't have any perfect amount of carbohydrates, it can lead to the reduction of the physical stamina. That means the tiredness and the brain fog. So brain fog is generally the impairment of the cognitive function. The cognitive function can be impaired and it can lead to the reduction of the memory. These are the symptoms of the hypoglycemic conditions. Mostly we will see hunger, fatigue, increase in the heart rate and lack of concentration, that is brain fog, and it leads to the irritability and anxiety. We can lead to the mood swings. These all are the reasons where the glucose levels are lesser in our body. This term is called as hypoglycemia. We will understand the long-term effects of carbohydrates. The carbohydrates, if they are taken lesser amount, it can lead to the ketosis. The ketosis in the sense, the fats which are broken down and release the different type of ketones. Okay, whenever the body don't have glucose, the fats are being broken down. It leads to the release of ketones. These ketones will cause the strain in the kidney. Okay, this kidney should be filtering these ketones and these ketones are more amount in our body. It can lead to the strain. It can lead to the burden to the kidney to do the filtration. This results in the ketone breath. That means a sweet odor of your breath can be absorbed because of the buildup of the ketones in our body. This leads to the muscle wasting. Our body have the muscle mass made up of the proteins. When the carbohydrates are lesser in our body, the proteins are converted into the amino acids and it can lead to the formation of glucose. If there is no perfect amount of carbohydrate, our muscles are being broken down. This can lead to the weight loss, muscle loss of our body. Dehydration. Dehydration is a process in which the body don't have the perfect amount of the fluids. This is leading to the dehydration. The glycogen hold the water. This water can be depleted in our body, leading to the water loss, and it leads to the dehydration condition. We will understand the clinical deficiencies. What are the clinical effects of the carbohydrate deficiency? If the carbohydrates are not provided to the children, it can lead to the protein energy malnutrition. We know that one of the deficiency which can be seen in the children is marasmus. This is a condition where the calories are lesser in the body and the proteins in turn is been lesser in the body. That means it is a deficiency of energy and it is a deficiency of proteins also. The symptoms are the wasting. That means the muscles are being broken down and we will see the reduction in the muscles. This leads to the skinny appearance of the body. With the help of a picture we can understand. So this is a marasmic condition in which we can see the bones of the body where we don't have the prominence of the muscles. The muscles are being wasted and this leads to the lean body mass of the body, and there is no edema we can see, but we can see the severe wasting and the weight of the body can be reduced, and the fat stores are very minimum or less or absent. The muscles are severely lost. That is a condition of wasting, as you know that. The serum albumin, that is the proteins which are present in the serum, are also lower. This leads to the condition called as marasmus in the children. This is a long-term effect. What happens if there is an upper limit of carbohydrates? That means we have to take only up to the 65% of carbohydrates in our diet. If it is greater than the 60 to 65%, it leads to the over intake of our carbohydrates. Generally, we already know that 45 to 55% should be given to the body. If it is more than this optimum range, it can lead to the increase in the daily calories of our intake of the food. This can also causes the different type of metabolical diseases. First, we will understand with the help of a table the upper limit of the carbohydrates. Generally, the good amount of carbohydrates should be around 60%, as we know that, and the free sugars or the added sugars should be lesser than the 5%, that is approximately 25 grams. It is equivalent to the 5 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, it should be lesser than that. The refined grains. The refined grains are generally the less amount of the complex carbohydrates. These are the simple sugars. They don't have the fiber, they don't have the polysaccharides, they have the monosaccharides or disaccharides. The examples are like maida, simple sugar, table sugar. These considered as the refined sugars. These refined products should be lesser than the 50% of the cereal intake of our body. So the whole grains and the millets are the good sources to complement these refined sugars. So short-term effects of excess of carbohydrates. This leads to the spikes of the blood sugar levels. If we take the refined sugars or the easily absorbing simple sugars, this leads to the increase in the blood sugar levels. It leads to the higher spikes of the sugars in the body. This is a condition called as hyperglycemia. This can also lead to the food coma if there is a rapid increase of sugars and rapid crash. That means suddenly the sugar levels will go up and they will crash down after the absorption. This in turn leading to the food coma or irritability or lethargic. Lethargic is feeling lazy and feeling drained of energy. The water retention. So if we take the more amount of simple sugars in the body, this leads to the uptake of water, and this water is being stored in the body, leading to the water retention. This can also lead to the edematic conditions. Up to the 3 to 4 grams of water is being held by the each gram of glycogen. We have to understand this. 1 gram of glycogen will hold 3 to 4 grams of water. This can lead to the heaviness of the body, or we can feel the bloating in the body. The short-term effects of the carbohydrates are hypoglycemic reactivity. This is the over-release of the insulin. If we take the more amount of carbohydrate, in turn leading to the more amount of insulin release, this leading to the frequent hunger in our body. That means the insulin is clearing up all amount of glucose, and when the glucose is cleared, we will feel hunger fastly. That means the hunger pangs or the shakiness can be seen in our body due to the less amount of glucose, which is caused due to the high insulin release. The digestive distress. The more amount of short chain carbohydrates leading to the gas formation, bloating, which is caused due to the fermentation of these sugars in the gut. Next, the long-term effects of carbohydrates. If we take the more amount of carbohydrates, these carbohydrates are stored in the form of fat. Once the glycogen is stored in the liver and the muscles, these muscles and liver will be filled up with the glycogen. If these muscles and livers are already filled, this is converted into the triglycerides, which is fat. Whenever there is no space in the liver or muscles, this fat is being going into the adipose tissues. These adipose tissues are stored and leading to the condition called as obesity. So this obesity is the excess amount of the fat in the body in the adipose tissue is a condition called as obesity. The insulin resistance. Insulin is released in the more amount, and our body cannot be able to respond to the insulin because rapid insulin and more amount of insulin in which our body will not respond to it, because frequent release of insulin our body cannot be able to act properly, and the insulin function can be resisted by our body, this leading to the type 2 diabetes mellitus. In our India, it is the metabolical disorder which is caused due to the excess intake of carbohydrates. And the next condition is non-alcoholic fatty liver. Whenever the excess of carbohydrates are taken in our body, it is been released into the liver, and this liver is storing this excess carbohydrates in the form of a fat. This is leading to the inflammation of the liver. Okay, so most of the processed foods contain the fructose, and this fructose is processed by the liver, it leading to the fat condition of the liver called as the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Next, hypertriglyceridemia. That means the body having the more amount of triglycerides in the blood. Okay, here the high carbohydrates are present in the body. These carbohydrates are converted into the triglycerides. These triglycerides are more in the blood. This condition is hypertriglyceridemia. This is leading to the CVD condition or atherosclerosis condition. That means in the body, the blood vessels are filled up with the triglycerides, leading to the storage of triglycerides in the blood vessels. This condition is called as atherosclerosis. This is leading to the CVD diseases, which is harmful to our heart. And the excess carbohydrates can also contain the effects on the mental and cognitive abilities of our body. Our body, if there is a high intake of the sugars, it can lead to the chronic inflammation of our brain, and it leads to the impairment of memory. Memory can be reduced, and it leading to the neurodegenerative issues. That means inflammation will cause the death of the tissues, and these tissues can be affected and leading to the neurodegenerative conditions in the body. Next, we will understand the mood swings caused by the spikes and crashes of glucose. When we take the glucose, there is a spike. When the glucose is reduced instantly, leading to the crash. This causes the neurotransmitter imbalances, and it will cause the depression and anxiety in turn. Next, we already discussed about the brain fog. That means the reduction in the cognitive ability. Memory power can be reduced because of this. The upper limit, as we know, that it should not be more than 60%. The sugar limit should be less than the 5%. The cereals should be around the 50% of our total intake. The plate rule is half of the plate should be containing the cereals, and the half of the plate should be with the vegetables along with the pulses and along with the proteins. The carbohydrate should always be taken from the good amount of complex carbohydrates. Next, we will understand the carbohydrate and obesity connection. When there is an insulin spike, that means if there is a high carbohydrate meal which is from the rice, from the white rice, maida, or the sugar drinks, this can lead to the rapid rise in blood sugar levels. These blood sugar levels can causes the insulin spikes. These insulin spikes will in turn trigger our body. It will signal our body to store the fats, and this will reduce the burning of fats. That means the fat is being added up, and added up in the body, it leading to the obesity condition. And we can see the pot belly condition in the India because of the visceral adipose tissue. That means this adipose tissue, this fat tissue is being around the abdominal region. It is around the internal organs. It is leading to the condition called as the pot belly condition. I hope you have understand about these conditions, and this is the picture you can see. If you like the video, you can subscribe, and for the part 2, please stay connected with me and share this video with your friends.